Hello, and welcome to another episode of Through the Monocle. Today we will be watching and reviewing The Little Mermaid from 1989. As always, I'm your host, Grant Ingram, and not as always, we're live on my Instagram tonight. So if you're joining us there, hi. And I say we like I've got a mouse in my pocket or a Wocket in my pocket if I'm Dr. Seuss. But joining me today, it is my good friend Grant Skillen. How are we doing, Grant?
I mean, there was an idiot in the waiting room, but I'm doing good. How are you?
It's pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been a good day. Honestly, I can't really complain about much. Baseball's rolling right along. Life's rolling right along.
Life is life. Woo.
C'est la vie. C'est la vie.
You haven't been snowed in. I haven't had school all week. This is great.
Yeah. I've heard wonderful things about the snow in Alabama. It is 35 degrees here. It is just cold enough to be miserable. Not that I need it to be cold.
In case you're wondering, it is colder here in Alabama than it is for him in Seattle.
I'm not in Seattle, but sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just outside Seattle. Thank you for not doxing me.
Yeah.
To answer the question of
what you're doing yourself, so go for it.
Well, I didn't say where I was outside Seattle. I've worn my shirt plenty. It's not hard to find. Anyway, to answer the question of what's eating Ingram tonight, I've got 2 boiled eggs because I'm on a crash diet, and by that I mean I crash doing this diet. It's
by that he means he is starving himself trying to lose weight, and he will eventually just gain it back by simply eating. It's crazy.
But if I never eat again,
you're gonna die.
Okay, to be fair, Grant, which one of us has more experience with weight loss here?
Are you calling me fat?
No, I'm saying I've lost like 80 pounds in a year.
Yeah, by not eating. It's not that you're losing it by changing your diet. Well, you are, but changing your diet means starving yourself.
Right.
Which is not healthy.
Right. Which is all dieting is. Anyway, speaking of diet, I love me some good fish, preferably seared on like a grill, blackened maybe if it's like a white fish.
Are you discriminating about fish, Grant?
No, say a flounder or something like that. I've never seen The Little Mermaid. It's been on my list for years because I like Disney movies, and that's not unmasculine at all. Just ask my masculinity coach. Oh, wait, we talked to him yesterday. That's Much Talk About Nothing coming out sometime in the next week. My brain's all over the place.
We talked to him yesterday, but for you, it'll seem like we talked to him like a week or so from now. So,
ooh, it's true. It's true. I'm 99% sure we're live everywhere. Yeah, we're live everywhere. Cool. Making sure. Hey, I'm just making sure, okay? All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start The Little Mermaid. Grant, are you ready for that?
Yes.
All right. On the count of 3 in reverse, and as always, we go on go. 3, 2, 1, go. It didn't start. We're going to have to do that again.
This guy.
Yeah, what can I say? 3, 2, 1, go. That time it went.
Cool. Finally, you're competent. Oh, he said.
Oh, another thing. What's drinking, Ingram? We've got a nice warm mug of honey lavender tea. Because.
And I've got water.
What?
This I don't know what company this is.
Mate?
Yeah, I got a bottle of water. I have water in an Ozark Trail water bottle.
You know, I can see my my follower list just slowly declining as we get into this. I went from like nearly 300 to nearly 0.
Yep.
Hey, we've got some seagulls. I think those are seagulls. All I know for sure is this is an egg.
I mean, I see gulls.
How about you see yourself out, Grant?
No. I think I'm good.
I cracked the egg. And now I'm pulling this aside. I hope you have the IMDb pulled up because I totally didn't think to do that.
I might.
All right. So you're the fun fact guy. I can't believe I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, it's a skill issue.
Grant, you've never seen movies.
I know I've seen this movie.
Fair enough. I will say once a week I'll ask Grant if he's seen a movie, and he'll be like, "No."
I forgot I had clicked on Jodie Benson in the IMDb, and I went to the facts and it just said is of Italian descent, and I'm like,
The
what?
Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
That guy's good looking.
looks better
Actually,
than
bears a
you.
striking resemblance to my co-host.
No, my co-host.
Oh, yikes. So we've got this fish that makes sure to do the just get an ab workout in before he flops off. And of course he exhales like fish do when they're not on my grill. There's nothing less satisfying than peeling an egg because inevitably you don't get the whole thing. And you end up just like, ah, oh, crud.
So originally, Sebastian was supposed to have an English accent, but the lyricist slash producer Howard Ashman suggested that he speak with a Caribbean accent instead, which opened the door to calypso style numbers like "Under the Sea."
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how that would work with a British accent. Like,
Hello,
what was his
mate. Got
kind
your
of,
bottle of water.
what underwater? What are we doing?
It's a good thing no one's here for that, or we get another
Chalice is
1-star
watching on
review.
my Instagram.
Is she?
Yeah,
I guess I can't.
Chalice, we
Someone's
just
watching.
started. We just started. If you're here,
If someone's on the Instagram, it doesn't show up in our numbers, then as a
it
viewer.
doesn't. It also doesn't show comments. So she just asked if we had finished the movie. So Chalice, I'll check back and forth, knowing you're there now.
I would pull it up if I was on Instagram, but I don't want to have to hear you twice or me twice.
To be fair, hearing me twice is having a conversation with me once. Yes, Chalice, we are. We're just trying this on my Instagram to see if people like it better, if more people watch. All we're missing is felonious.
We do have a felon on the screen, though.
That didn't happen until Disney hired Tim Allen. True story, actually. Have you seen that?
No.
Disney had a long-standing rule that they didn't hire felons, and then they wanted to hire Tim Allen for either the Santa Claus or Toy Story and had to break it because he used to be a Coke dealer. I'm not even kidding. That's a true story.
You would know about that.
Hey, man, just because I've bought from the guy. Live on my Instagram, you can see my follower count decreasing.
Cheerio.
Uh-oh. Here's one of those Calypso-style musical numbers. Okay, this is very culty.
Why did it put my picture down here?
I don't know.
Thank you.
This is very culty. We are the daughters of Triton.
Colty? No.
She went off and killed an actress in 1967. Culty.
You're weird.
I am weird. I'm eating boiled eggs. That's the most relatable thing about this movie thus far. Sure, Chalice. Give me a second.
What does Shao say?
She wants the link.
To the movie?
No, to the podcast. She doesn't want to watch it on my
Oh.
Instagram.
Sharks?
There are sharks. All right, having now sent that on. Here we are.
Baby shark.
I feel like I should be able to see how many people are watching. That would be nice. To know if it's like even worth having on. But at the very least, Chalice is watching. So there we go. Yikes.
1. Well, it shows 0 now, so what do you do,
On
Chalice?
Instagram?
No, on YouTube.
Now I'm wondering how many people are watching on my Instagram.
Oh.
Now that Chalice was here and I am here as us, there's one person watching live on my Instagram. Great.
It wasn't
Definitely
me.
worth having. Definitely worth having on. It's fun. Flounder, why don't you relax, man? Hey, it's a shark!
Grandpa Shark, dude.
I can't believe I've never seen this movie.
I know you're weird. Shocker, guys. Grant is weird.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I have my reasons for being live on Instagram today. I want a lot of people to watch. It's not going to happen, but I want a lot of people to watch. Oh, that seems smart. Hey, let's go. You know, Adam was talking last night about if you walk out and there's a bear in your living room, you might naturally be like scared.
Not this guy.
This guy.
Hey, there's you.
Hey, whoa. Actually, he was wearing that as a hat, Grant, so I think it might be you. Whoa, what a swim. She's a mermaid. It's like saying, that's a heck of a walk, man. You know, down the street to the left.
Well, like I said, if a catch swam up to him.
I guess.
That ain't true. Aesthetically pleasing is not the descriptor I would use for that.
I also wouldn't say that by twisting my hair, I'm straightening it. Of course, I'm not somebody who cares about their hair. It just felt like this today.
Oh, we can tell.
I'm tempted to play something so I can flip you off. But I won't.
Do it.
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't.
That's so loud.
Right.
I forget how loud it is.
It is so freaking loud.
Sorry, Charles.
And anyone who happens to be watching on my Instagram.
Yeah. So this is the movie that brought Disney into its Renaissance era in 1989 after repeated defeats in the box office.
Yeah, because they made a bunch of really crappy movies before 1989.
It was 1989. I don't want to sing anymore because I don't want to get us copyrighted. To be fair, I'm not the one who did it before. Yep, we're gone. You see, this song is related to that song.
Yeah, what was that string of box office defeats for Disney, Grant? Do you have any idea?
Nope. I just read the fun fact. I don't actually know.
All right. Let's
Hey,
see.
you're back on screen.
Oh. That's just rude.
That's why I'm here.
So far, with me being live, I have joined and Chalice has joined. And that is it. Could be
We
worse.
got a second viewer on YouTube. Hello, whoever you are.
Hello.
We are watching The Little Mermaid. We're about 12 minutes in right now.
Yeah. A lot of stuff was just completely destroyed. All right. So a lot of wins in the 40s, the 50s. You had like Lady and the Tramp and that sort of thing. I would imagine that death started in the 60s because I don't see a single film. Okay, Mary Poppins was there.
Hmm.
But they weren't doing a lot of the Jungle Book. There were some, and then the 70s were kind of dead.
And this was 1989, so I would imagine, based on that, the early 80s were also kind of dead.
Yeah, no, the 70s are very dead. Robin Hood's in there. Other than that, I got nothing. The Witch Mountain movies, which are interesting, but and then yeah, a lot of duds in the 80s for Disney. Tron. It's some good movies, just some duds.
Tron Legacy.
Tron, I ain't got no legacy. Okay, so watching this, I can see why they wanted to cast Daveed Diggs as Sebastian now. Definitely not. You know, the new Little Mermaid movie was so bad, it should have cost a lot of people their jobs. But the only person whose job it cost them was me. I've told you this story, right?
I don't know.
I'm sure I have, but I'll tell it on air because you know what? Why not? So I'm working at an unnamed baseball training facility in an unnamed part of right outside of Seattle, Washington. And I'm recently single because, you know, sometimes things come to an end. And sometimes you bring them to an end. And I decided, you know, there's this cute girl. She plays softball.
That's your first problem.
I'm gonna talk to her. And I mentioned I'm going to the movies. And she says she wants to see The Little Mermaid. I say, hey, if you wanna go, I'm happy to take you. I'm condensing this story because really it happened like 3 times that she mentioned The Little Mermaid. And I said, okay, finally. I said, because I'm blind, right? I finally said, okay, I'm happy to take you. And 2 days later, I was fired from my position there for asking this girl out on a date. It was weird, but
Obviously.
yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what else is weird? That gnome in the background.
Obviously.
I hate you. Anyway, back.
You see, these are things I reference all the time, but it's fun actually having the video because it's better than me.
It's true. What's up, Michael? Thanks for joining, man. So we're watching The Little Mermaid, and she's singing about who's its and what's its. All I got is regular zits. But she wants more. What does she want? Legs.
Do you-
What? I like how that was the comment that made Chalice leave. Oh, Michael left. Darn. I want to know how she knows that legs are required for jumping and dancing.
Because she can't jump, or I mean, she can, I guess, somewhat.
But how
dance,
does she know she can't jump or dance?
Well, let's take a wild guess here.
I don't have a wild guess, Grant. I'm waiting for yours.
She's seen it and is like, well, 6 for me.
How has she seen it? She's underwater.
Swim up?
You swim up? Personally, I always swim down. She's just, I personally think she's just jealous. I think this is a true case of the grass is always greener, because what do walking girls want other than wheelchairs? They want to be mermaids. So the mermaids want to be real girls. Real girls want to be mermaids.
I want to be a real boy.
All delusional. Hey, man, I want to be one of those.
Are you saying that
too,
women are delusional?
But I'm
Checkmate.
crazy. Who'd have thunk it?
Like I was just talking over like one of the better songs from this movie.
Hey, she wants to be part of that world. This is what that world looks like. A bunch of dudes talking over her.
I want to say
Am
something.
I wrong? Yes, I would love it.
What?
You said, do you want to say something? And I said,
No,
yes,
I said I
would.
want to say something, but I'm not going
Well, say
to.
it.
No.
Oh. The great part about nobody watching is we can say whatever we want.
But it's going to go up on YouTube is the thing.
And no one's going to watch it. We can say whatever we want.
And you still make me go back and edit it.
I don't say racial slurs.
I don't either. I got Yorm's approval for what I said.
Yorm can only give you a quarter of his approval.
It's
Nope. I got you by a quarter.
well, no, you don't. And even then, are you sure about that?
She seems mesmerized by these fireworks. Chalice, is that you that's watching now? Did you come back?
Ariel, please jump.
Hey, welcome to the stream.
Who?
It just shows me the username.
Oh.
I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, man. No, he's not even here anymore. So by the time he saw that, it wasn't.
Suganda, you know?
I do want to say that dude right there was barely taller than that dog.
You got that?
He and Brad Williams are probably related. I love how Disney's like, mermaids, how they were those like creatures that used to lure men into the water and eat them alive? You remember how that was the story? What if one of them was little and wanted to have legs? It's like, what are you smoking, Bob? I don't know.
Was Bob even alive then?
Probably not. That was like a super cheap shot
sure
right
Bob
there.
was. I'm sure Bob was alive 34 years ago. I'm assuming it's not.
Who the heck is Bob?
Bob Iger.
Oh, I was talking about like Bob the Tomato.
Bob the Builder.
Hey, can we fix it? Probably
no,
not.
He
might be able to. What's up, Mason? Good to see you, man. You missed my story about the unnamed baseball training facility just outside of Seattle, Washington. Yeah.
1 plus
That's a-
1 equals 72.
Yeah. You beanpole? What kind of like? That's just a terrible insult.
I know someone who looks like a beanpole.
Fair enough. And like, I guess if you're in like the gym community, it would work out. Like you could insult somebody like that. But it just seems like a random thing to say
This-
in the middle of the ocean.
This guy is 6'6", 150 pounds.
If you shine a flashlight on one side of him, does it show through the other?
Yes.
I would believe that. I miss 150. That was like 5th grade.
Shout out my boy Hunter. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mason, I would. It was just the story of how I got fired from a unnamed baseball training facility on all because of the Little Mermaid. To recap, I asked a girl to see it. She said no. Actually, let me
She said
rephrase.
yes.
She said yes, and then my overlings at unnamed baseball training facility outside Seattle, Washington, said, "To hell with you, child," and fired my butt.
You're editing this one.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. I'm free fly.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I wonder how bad the lag is on Instagram.
Why?
Because it's definitely bad enough because I can see a preview, right? Like it's definitely bad enough to where I can see part of the conversation that has already happened. I just don't know how bad that is. Oh, the statue of Prince Eric has
Liberty.
bitten the dust. The statue's like, I can't swim, man. I can't swim.
Oh no, not the dog.
Now, this right here is where Ariel realized she wanted this dude. She's like, he got on top of a burning boat to save a dog. No.
Wee. Real talk, with how fluffy Max is, how did he not catch on fire?
I mean, how does anything not catch on fire?
Skill issue, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to say. From the foot. Hey, we got another song. I was reading today, the Oscars has a category that has never given out an award or even had a single nominee.
Really?
It's been around since like 2002. The best original musical category has never given out an award. It's interesting. It's actually fascinating, as they would say.
Doggy. Oh, okay.
Man, you don't have to worry about your blood pressure. You weigh like 7 pounds. The atmospheric pressure on your blood isn't enough.
Who, Mason?
No, the dude that's
Oh.
sitting here complaining about his blood pressure. Beanpole here. Beanpole.
Woof, woof, woof.
Beanpole.
The Under the Sea King.
I don't know how. Something's starting right now. I've heard the songs. Okay.
Something's starting right now.
See, there I'll be. You know, without context, that's kind of creepy.
Like how he also just can't hear her singing from right there, apparently.
Well, you know, man, traumatic boat crash.
Yeah.
A human?
Who, man?
A who, man? Jody Benson, Renee Auberjonois, and Samuel E. Wright. Typically, when a Samuel has a middle initial, it's an L. Jackson.
L's already the last letter of his first name.
Samuel Jackson. Yeah, da, da, da. Wow.
Oh.
I blame Disney for most of my problems. If Triton
I just blame
had
you, so.
Okay. It's Disney's fault. If Triton had just sat there and said, you know, what's going on with her? And they go, you know, she's in love. And he goes, she's just infatuated with the idea of legs. That's it. This is a live look at me.
Andadasi.
To any of you who are not currently watching this movie along with us, who I can guess are all of you, Under the Sea just started playing. What more is you looking for?
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea.
Wee.
This is at the very least good content.
It's because the clamshells sound like that.
I'll tell you, last I checked, the fox and the bear and Robin Hood probably couldn't talk either, but here we are. Oodalali, golly, what a day.
Is that Ursula?
I mean, if you're into some anthropomorphic calamari. What the heck is Ursula, by the way?
A mistake.
Kind of like me. What? No. Dang. I self-roasted. They say those are rare, but apparently not that rare.
They haven't met you or me. It's easy to make fun of you, though, so.
It is. Heck, I do it myself. And as I start to unpack why that is, I'm sure I'll find out it's really because I just hate myself. But Okay, that sound effect threw me for a loop. Like, what the heck?
Hope it feels better.
Uh,
I'm gonna call
Disney?
a lawyer.
Oh, does he? They don't make movies like this anymore, though.
They just remake it worse.
No, but like, what was the last hand drawn American animated movie you saw?
Was this even?
Yeah, it. I mean, it might have been partially animated in Japan, but yeah, this is American. I'm talking about like a hand drawn American movie. I don't care if you hand draw it over in Korea, but like I'm saying the Miyazaki films don't count. Whoa! That is a little much.
And who was that said that was? I hope that wasn't her dad.
No, it was Sebastian.
You're not my dad.
Again, culty. Who could the lucky man be? He's got legs, man.
Forget
He's
the
got legs.
myrrh. Keep the man. Man myrrh.
But I grew up watching the TV show, the Little Mermaid TV show.
In this society, it's wrong of him to assume that it's a merman. In this economy.
You hear that, Grant? That's the sound of disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, my father will hear about this.
What is that mysterious ticking noise?
Why does Sebastian have human teeth?
Well, not.
They are bad. They are trouble. Humans. Who said anything about humans? Well, that's it. Uh-oh. Surprises are always good under the sea. I wonder why. All right. You know what? If you're a woman watching this and you're not, tell us, do girls actually do that? Do they just sit there and like daydream about dudes? I don't think they do. But if they do, like, cool. But I don't think they do. Actually, I don't know that everyone does know that because we as the audience just learned it.
Checkmate. You see the whole camera just shake.
Yeah.
I leaned too far forward.
I thought you were laughing at the daddy. I love him. Fine.
No.
Because if that could be any more cliche,
My chair for undisclosed reasons does not have a front wheel, so I can lean the whole chair forward.
for undisclosed reasons.
Yes. And I leaned too far forward without meaning to, and then bumped my computer and the whole camera shook.
Fair enough. Now that I know we can do this to our Instagram, though, it'll be kind of nice. I bet Taylor would like to know that for the big show.
Mm-hmm. Makes it a little more complicated to interact because you've got to have the Instagram pulled up in order to see it.
But you got to have the Instagram pulled up to stream it there anyway. So,
Well, yeah, but like me not being on Instagram, I can't pull it up and see it.
yeah, fair enough. You could.
Oh, there's
could
your
if
merman.
You could if you logged into the podcast account on your computer. Who are you?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm your brother, the eel.
Your brother. I can't say that. Unless he says
Shaquille
something crazy.
O'Neal. That's not creepy at all.
Great powers.
But with great power comes great responsibility. I like how Ariel just got
My
like
father will hear about this.
significantly paler. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
You know, Grant, I've been wanting to say this for a while.
You're a narcissist? You're a sociopath? You're probably a psychopath. You're paranoid, sexist, and you make fun of the elderly. Those are just quirks!
You're paranoid, sexist, and you make fun of the elderly.
Obviously.
All right, so it's about a 20-second delay because that clip just started airing on my Instagram. Which means I have 20 seconds to kill the stream if I say something stupid. This isn't creepy at all. Is it rude to lurk in doorways? Prince, the guitarist. Did she just use the pistachio as lipstick? I think she did. Whoa. Whoa. No. That's I just want to point out that's what she does. She makes people humans, yet she looks like that.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Nope. So, Grant, after yesterday, what does it mean to repent?
You put me on the spot. To turn away from.
Yes. 5 points for Slytherin.
Gosh.
We already did some Harry Potter. We should do more Harry Potter. What?
I think I'd rather eat my own tongue. Not really, but kind of. I'm getting there. I didn't love Harry
Why?
Potter.
You also
I don't
got
know.
dropped at the end with no context and no understanding of
I don't
just
need
about anything.
context or understanding. I mean, I do for most things, but this isn't one of them.
When you get dropped into movie 6 of 7 and watch the last 2 with no context, it's not as good as if you just watched it the whole way through.
But you can. But if I didn't enjoy movie 6 and 7, that doesn't necessarily. I actually did really like movie 6 and 7. I should probably watch them. I don't know if I want to do them on the show.
Yeah,
You can tell this movie was animated very cheaply.
It's not bad though.
It isn't, but it is if you compare it to earlier Disney works.
Is it that it was produced cheaply, or is it that as Hollywood evolved, that people became less and less skilled at it because they're making less movies and focusing more on live action stuff?
A combination of the two.
People want to.
Hey, I mean, sometimes all it takes is having a podcast. Speaking of which, if you want to start a podcast, I am currently doing that for money. So, yeah. Oh, I'm looking. Let's see here. Ursula is kind of unhinged.
Really?
All right, so the budget for this movie was $40 million.
Goodness gracious.
What?
40
Great balls.
million?
40 million in 1989.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yep. I'm curious though. Actually, holy mother of pearl. This movie was a lot more expensive than I thought it was. Comparatively.
That's the equivalent of about $100 million.
Yeah. I was looking at the Aristocats. 1970. Guess how much that movie cost.
Which one?
The Aristocats.
5.
4. 3, 2, 1.
So this is 8 times that.
10 times it exactly.
Oh, I was thinking
Robin Hood.
off of my guess for 5. Yeah.
Robin Hood had a budget of $5 million and made $33 million.
When did it? Was it 70s?
Yeah.
Right.
The Black Cauldron was a big old flop. It cost $44 million, made 21. That was one
What
of the
year?
big misses. 85.
Okay, because I mean inflation. Because I mean, once Nixon detached the dollar from gold is when inflation really started skyrocketing. So
Yeah.
anything
true.
really 70s, like early 70s and later,
The
That's
money
when you
didn't matter
start.
anymore.
That's
Yeah.
when. Well, that's when you can't really look at 40 million then is the same as 40 million today. Where, I mean, 40 million and 89 is worth about 100 million today.
Yeah, I will say one of my favorite movies as a kid was The Great Mouse Detective. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. It's
I've not.
great. It was always on Disney Channel. It's great. One of my favorites. 1986. Made for 14 million. Similar runtime. 74 minutes. This one I think is a little longer, but not $26 million longer.
This is a catastrophe.
Oh. Which is what we all want, right? To just be miserable.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I forgot about the Ron laugh at the end.
Hey, look. I want to say that dog's nose is jacked up. Oh.
No, you don't.
She's got legs. Nobody's watching on Instagram. Oh, what's gotten into you, fella? That's a very creepy look.
Please stop. These are the droids you're looking for.
I want to know what that looks like. Oh gosh, that is insanely terrifying.
Yes.
That is terrifying.
And not at all how
Oh
she looked.
my god, that is awful. It's called trauma. Oh, trauma. It's green. I'm proud of that. My earbud, it's green. I'm proud of that.
Okay. This water
don't
bottle
know.
is blue. Like a turquoise almost.
This eggshell is broken.
Skill issue.
Highly available women. That does not sound right. Actually, they do. Whoa! This is the problem with Disney movies, right? Like everyone's just a little too quick on the trigger.
I'm
Like,
gonna
don't get me
marry
wrong.
her.
Don't get me wrong. I'm famous for being quick on the trigger. But like, give it 2 dates, man.
Big Bad John. Sorry, you had a big iron on your hip.
Big iron. I love Marty Robbins. In the town.
She's got the fork for her hair because she doesn't realize.
I like how it like zooms out and the dude's like,
Smoke a pipe with the boys.
that's the first time you even cracked one. Right?
Not David Diggs.
No. Samuel E. whatever his last name was. Not Jackson.
Sammy E. Jackson. Sammy E.
Gosh. Okay, this is a little much for Disney. See, man. Poor Sebastian. This is trauma. You know, the first time I spoke with Adam, he told me, he's like, there's no such thing as a traumatic event, only traumatizing events. Trauma is how we respond to it. I think this might be just straight trauma. I don't think there's really any way you can respond to it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's a me, Luigi.
Jeez. Yikes. A very
What
big
the-
nose I have. Hey, it's just a can. Oh. Ariel's rendition of Part of Your World set a precedent for subsequent Disney musicals, where the protagonist would vocalize his or her desires early in the film. The song was referred to by Howard Ashman as the, quote, I want song. See
I had to point
also,
out-
quote, Belle in Beauty and the Beast, One Jump Ahead in Aladdin, I Just Can't Wait to Be King in The Lion King, Just Around the River Bend in Pocahontas, Out There in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Go the Distance in Hercules, Reflection in Mulan, Strangers Like Me in Tarzan, I'm Still Here in Treasure Planet, Almost There in The Princess and the Frog, When Will My Life Begin in Tangled, For the First Time in Forever in Frozen, and How Far I'll Go in Moana.
I was going
Which
to point out you missed Sebastian running across the table to hop under Ariel's dish so he wouldn't get eaten.
That's pretty great. But I instead educated the public about an interesting fact of Disney history.
Sure.
Let's see. All right, here's your answer. Many merfolk appear in the film, but Ursula is a lesser known type of mythological creature known as a Caecilia, human upper body and octopus lower body. This was the last Disney animated feature to use hand painted cells and analog camera and film work. 1,000 different colors were used on 1,100 backgrounds. Over 1 million drawings were done in total.
I hate to break it to you, buddy. She ain't coming back. What have I done? What have I done?
Part of your world was nearly cut. Jeffrey Katzenberg, who I believe was the CEO of Disney Animation at the time, felt that it was boring, as well as being too far over the heads of the children for whom it was intended. At a test screening, children were restless during the song, which did not have finished animation. In particular, one child that sat in front of Katzenberg and spilled his popcorn and was more interested in picking it up than watching the sequence. John Musker, Ron Clements, and Howard Ashman all pleaded the case and begged Katzenberg to let the song stay to no avail. Ultimately, the one who managed to convince him to give it a second chance was the animator of the sequence, Glenn Keane. Another screening was set up, this time with an adult audience. It was a greater success, even reportedly moving some members to tears, and so the song was left in the film. Katzenberg later said that he was happy no one listened to him because he couldn't imagine the film without the song.
Yeah, that's definitely one that's not for... That's the part of this video that's not for kids, necessarily.
This whole movie isn't for kids. That's the thing I like about old Disney. Old Disney was for adults and children. And also, Ariel needs to freaking blink. Good Lord.
Quit staring at my man. I just turned my camera, I think. Oh, wrong way. Oh, even too much that way. Almost saw the portal to another dimension that's hiding over here.
Whoa.
Over here.
See, if I turn my camera, you see wall and more wall.
If I turn mine, you see the rest of my bed.
Whoa. Scandalous.
I know, right?
Jeez, Mom. Oh, no, not the moon. I like this
This
song.
is the other half of that broken rubber band from the Much Talk episode. It's the other half.
Grant's out here with... I can't make that joke. Never mind.
And we were off of YouTube. Thank you. Thank you.
On to God's favorite platform.
You're an idiot. I just want to say that.
I am. It's great.
We're talking to a guy who's a masculinity coach and a worship pastor for 15 years. And you're just throw, oh, we're going to join this. No, we're not.
We're going to join this?
The platform.
Oh.
We are not fans of this platform. In any meaning of the word.
I hate you. Yeah, I was, and it was funny. And it was funny.
I don't think that's staying in. At least you're editing that episode.
The part I'm talking about. The part I'm talking about won't, but the part you're talking about was before we even started recording, so.
I'm talking about, I'm about 90% sure it got referenced. in the
Oh,
episode.
it definitely got referenced. The reference is what I'm cutting. No word, because you don't say a word. Kiss the girl.
Wow!
Whoa! All right, now Eric, it's time for you to ask for consent. Can I kiss you?
I think that she's given plenty.
See, the problem is, Grant, you think, I ask. Is that the pre-Dusty Baker version of a high five?
Thought you were about to make some Dusty Baker and Ursula joke.
Dusty Baker invented the high five.
I know, we went over this.
I know. It's just one of my favorite fun facts.
Dusty Baker, if none of you watching know, is a now I guess retired MLB manager. Who he won a World Series, right?
Yeah, like multiple.
I know he won with the Astros. He took over for the Astros after the cheating scandal when they fired AJ Finch.
Yeah.
Or is
Maybe.
it Finch?
I don't know.
Whoever's the manager of the Detroit Tigers currently was the cheater.
He
Was the
got banished
cheater
to Detroit because they realized no matter how much he cheats,
you're
that
the
he's
cheater,
never gonna-
man. Yeah.
Infidelity.
What?
I don't know.
Not that type of cheating. Although maybe.
I mean, probably.
I don't
Let's
know
be
what
honest, if
tattoo
you're...
Jose Altuve got, but he really had to cover that thing up.
Hold up. All I'm saying is banging trash cans might have more than one meaning in terms of that manager.
Grant.
I mean, dude, you put the joke on a tee and you hung a sign that said hit me, and then you're getting mad at me for taking the swing.
It's better than one of the people I play Rocket League with. His favorite comm is hit me right.
You ever seen the original poster for this movie?
No.
It is infamous for including a thing that you can't include on a poster. It was like one of the castle towers was infamously banana shaped. And it was bad. Yeah. Disney's got a lot of that throughout their history. Like the Rescuers, there's a frame that they didn't have any issues with in theaters, but when they released the movie, there are a couple of frames where there's like a naked woman drawn in. You just can't see it when it's playing full speed, but if you can stop it, you can.
Hmm.
Now,
Be my guest. Be my guest. Was that Ursula?
well, I think so. Yeah, I think that was the whole thing. Was that they entranced the prince? You know, feelings don't have to have a reason; they just have to be there. But sometimes they have an evil witch who's sitting there trying to control you. You never can tell.
I'm gonna send you a text message.
Are you? I've been trying to get a hold of you all day. Gosh. Same thing.
Said slightly differently.
Yeah. Whoa. That what now?
Dark. Thought you were swimming.
Live look at a conversation with me.
David takes it down for the count.
Samuel E. Wright is on the floor. Hey, if only she had a tail.
Ariel.
I'll try, but you're asking me to lug a keg and a woman. Then I'm but a flounder.
I'm gonna send you a meme. Actually, my phone's. Can I might be able to get it, but for context, for you with the RLCS, they've gotten rid of some of the casters that fans really liked because they were downsizing. And someone made this meme.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna text it to you.
Where am I looking for this meme?
I'm texting it.
No. Gosh,
I did not make that.
that's terrible.
What?
That's terrible.
It is awful.
It is no good. It's very bad. It's like most of my life. No, it's bad. Hey, he finally came to his senses. Because men do that, you know. I know your name. Whoa. Yikes. You never hold up a contract like that. Not sure that's how those things work. Hey, man, if you can't break it with a stick, it's legal.
Tough luck.
I'm going to kill her. I can't say that because
I can lose my female dog. That's tough.
But at least he still has that killer facial hair.
That's all he is. Punch the
Man.
fish. Punch the fish.
Man, you had one throw and you hit her in the arm.
Hey, I guess
All
you could
that
say
for
that
a drop of blood.
Eric threw away his shot.
He should have gone for the head. We're making dueling references here, Brett.
So the world
I
turned
can't decide how I feel
upside-
about being beardless. On one hand, I finally have a jawline. On the other, I have a double chin now. Welcome to America.
That means you shouldn't have ate that egg.
My sixth egg of the day. My 320th calorie.
That's the great thing about having a beard is you can't see mine.
Yeah.
Because it's there.
Oh, I know. You got 3 double chins. You got 6 chins, Grant. You and Ursula.
Oh, she's got like 35.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what Poseidon looked like. Oh no, Grant, please check your phone. I can't type.
You could have said that.
I'm not saying that.
I'll say it and attribute it to you.
Am I wrong?
No, I will say they did get the wrong person to play Ariel in live action. Lizzo was sitting there.
Ariel?
No,
You mean
Ursula.
Ursula? I think she'd be a great fit.
I done been impaled.
Would you just sink an octopus?
Yes. I can't say this, so I'm going to text it to you.
I'm scared.
I can't think of how I had it worded, so I can't text it to you. But it was going to sound funny.
I don't believe that.
It was a play on octopus. It's like I always say. Yeah. Me and my human teeth.
I thought of a way to phrase it, but I'm not saying it.
Is there no way she can be both a human and a mermaid? Or like,
No.
If you can do that, can you not turn yourself back? How fortunate it is that she's clothed.
She wasn't earlier. Ugh.
The dog.
Let him stay alive. Stay alive.
I have never seen the general so
Nope.
despondent.
And there goes the channel.
I have taken over writing all his correspondence. Congress writes, George.
Stop.
Huh.
You know, he can give her a dress, but he can't put on a shirt.
He could, but why would he?
Fair enough. This is a good movie. I can't believe I'd never seen it before. Ooh. There we are, ladies and gentlemen, or in this case, nobody and nobody else.
In this case, Gentleman and Grant. Ingram.
They're jokes. There are jokes.
We'd like to hear a quote before we go into the review because my mom just sent me this. There's a quote from one of our defensive backs about Kalen DeBoer.
Sure.
I'm an Alabama fan for reference. Rest in peace, Nick Saban,
Unfortunately.
gone forever. Kalen DeBoer, I love you. Fun enough, this guy's name is Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but not the Devontae Smith.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. He met with me for 2 hours, and it wasn't just about football. He wants to get to know us. Any of these cats that are thinking about leaving need to meet with him immediately. If they still want to leave, then they are idiots, and we don't need them.
Fair enough.
So he's called
DeBoer was a
Caleb
terrible
Downs and Caden Proctor idiots, and that we don't need them.
I will say DeBoer was the worst hire you could have gotten as a optical hire, but we'll talk about that another time.
I mean, I can see him fine.
Can you?
Yeah,
Grant,
optical.
Can you see anything fine? Can you see anything
Yeah.
fine, Grant?
It's unfortunate I can see you fine, but
Dang it, you're right. I'll have to fix that. We're coming for the eyes. Anyway, on this review of The Little Mermaid, today we will be reviewing The Little Mermaid. Welcome to Through the Monocle. Today we will be reviewing The Little Mermaid. As always, I stumbled through the intro for the second time today. Joining me today, it is my good friend, my name sharing buddy. I can't think of the word I was thinking of. It's Grant Skillen. How are we doing, Grant?
good. Technically, I had the name first, so
I hate you. Yes, that's true, but only by a few days.
sure.
Yeah, we just watched The Little Mermaid. Two things that two straight dudes do, or a thing that two straight dudes do. I can't speak English.
Yeah, what's the
which is
other
a thing
thing?
that
Watch it, then
cats do.
review it.
Sure. We've watched it. Now we're reviewing it. The Little Mermaid, Grant. What is your opinion on this?
It's a movie. it's a good movie.
Is it a movie?
It's one of the
I grew up
movies
with
of
a
all
TV
time.
show.
Yeah, no, it's a very good movie. I mean, it's classic Disney. It's what you think of. It's got some good animation, good music. It's shorter. I like it. I don't mind that it's shorter. I'd rather it be the hour 20 minutes or so that it is than drag on for another 40 because could you have filled some more stuff in there? Sure, but I think it was a good length.
I mean, it's a
Um,
normal length for a Disney animated feature.
Yeah.
Like, it's not shorter than most.
I mean, it's a 34, 35-year-old movie almost at this point, but it's still good. I think the animation still holds up. I know you said that you wish there was more movies like this that were like American based and that were actually made nowadays.
That's not what I was saying.
Or you said that it was one of the last American based ones.
I said that I wish
Close
that there
enough.
were American hand-drawn movies. At this point, it's pretty much just Miyazaki and the Japanese who are doing that type of animation now.
Yeah.
No, this has the same running time as Snow White, so like it's just standard Disney practice at the time.
And I like that because it's a good length. I mean, it's hour 20 minutes, a little under hour and a half, engaging, good.
Yeah, good movie.
And that's the
Fun.
review.
Good movie, but we're out of here.
Yeah.
No, I really like the music. I just like the movie. I've never seen it before. I'll probably never see it again because at this point I probably won't have anybody to show it to. No kids as it's looking. But I don't know where I was going with that, but I went somewhere with it. That probably tells me something about myself.
You're the one who went there, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
I did, man. They're in God's favorite platform. Anyway, Howard the Duck.
Okay.
All right. Movie is very good. It's very enjoyable. I enjoyed watching Sebastian run away from the chef and his knife.
That was fun, and it happened in the kitchen, and then you get the throwback to it at the end when he's sitting on the cake and he tries to chop him in half with the cake,
which is hilarious. And it starts chasing him down.
Yeah, it's great. He destroys the whole kitchen. You know, casual chef stuff when your lobster's running away from you.
Sebastian's a crab, but yeah,
close enough. Same thing.
Sure. They're
Same
both crustaceans.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's really, really well done. I really like Ursula as a character. She is menacing, like incredibly menacing. I didn't realize, like, you know, I've never seen the movie before, but you know what Disney movies are. I knew what The Little Mermaid was. I knew the story. I didn't know how menacing Ursula was. That was surprising to me.
Yeah, especially she got a little bigger at the end.
She broke her 6
popped.
eggs a day diet.
Yeah. She had like 6,600 of them at the end.
There were numbers you could have thrown in there that would have made that a lot funnier. But yeah.
What, 666 of them? Is that what you wanted me to do?
You could do that. You could do 6,900 eggs. Like, I don't really care, but like,
or 20. I don't know. What do you want from me?
400. She had like 420 eggs, man. No. When Lizzo rose again,
about 2/3 of another.
Yeah. When Lizzo rose again, it was quite funny, or quite entertaining. I mean, I was not expecting her to get literally run through by a boat. That was a little.
She got impaled.
She done died. She done died, Jimmy. She done died. She's somewhere at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah. Then the dad gets the Triton back and is like, "Okay, I'll give her wish." I didn't know Riven had a 16th wish.
Yeah. So he also talks about how he's gonna miss her.
Yeah.
But like, he's got the trident, man. Can't you just like give yourself some legs or give her a?
But then somebody else kind of become Aquaman.
Not necessarily. Just hold on to the trident. Like, that's all it takes.
Who's gonna? I don't know. Who's gonna rule over the animal kingdom?
I'm not saying long term. I'm saying, like, if you wanted to visit, give yourself some legs, dog.
He could.
Ain't that hard. It
was like, she ain't want to be here. I don't want to be around her either.
Ouch.
I don't know.
You know, that isn't your normal father-daughter relationship. You know, she wants to move out and get married, so screw her. I'll never see her again.
It's not.
I mean, maybe
that was my relationship with my 30-year-old daughter.
Might be in the South. You heathen.
I don't know. I'm 21 for reference.
Right,
In
right. So unless he
comparison to
was
my-
unless he was making bad decisions 9 years before birth, he's kidding.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad decisions,
I've been.
this
I've.
photo.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage.
This just in. I found a picture of Grant to throw up on screen.
no. I'm sorry. It should have been a clown.
He's shaking in his boots.
You missed the opportunity to throw up the Joker and just call me a clown.
What is this one?
That's Phil from Hercules, who's
Ah.
there because he was portrayed by Danny DeVito, and for some reason there was something about that.
Now showing Robert Downey Jr. Here he is in the flesh.
What's even funnier is that's actually like Sir Ben Kingsley, who's also very white and didn't come under any fire for that. Anyway, Mahatma Gandhi aside, The Little Mermaid's great. You know, aside from Mahatma Gandhi, the Little Mermaid is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know how there's any connection between those two other than this podcast episode. I thank you all for that. Or you're welcome for that.
Yeah.
You mentioned the music. The music is very good, and I know during the during the watch along, you mentioned about how that almost didn't make it in the movie.
Not the music. It wasn't that the music
the
almost
song,
didn't make it in
the
part of
scene.
your world almost got cut from the movie because the president of Disney Animation at the time thought it was boring and saw a little boy pick up his popcorn instead of watching the sequence when it was poorly animated and also little boy.
And Graham was too busy eating his sixth egg of the day during it too, so they should have got rid of it.
This egg.
Yep.
Rip.
Rip the chicken. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Go.
The chicken, because without the chicken, the egg doesn't the hatch. Because the insulation from the chicken's butt.
Okay, the difference is
what hatches Yeah. I'm just mocking you.
Yeah.
Oh. Also, I'm just realizing how many different photos of Two-Face we have saved for no reason at all.
I'm laughing because yep. So yep, there he is. So fun
Joe
fact,
Pesci.
Ariel was the first Disney princess to have biological siblings.
The rest of them were just adopted.
Yep.
Literally, Cinderella.
If I had
Cinderella though, like seriously. I want to know who's keeping track of that. Like, you know what the Disney princesses are missing, man? Biological siblings. So we're gonna make them seem like they're in a cult.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna make them look like. They're gonna look like a cult, but they're gonna be biological siblings.
This was the
Check
first Disney film to receive an Academy Award since Bed Knobs and Broomsticks from 1971. So it had
What
been
the heck did
18
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks win?
I don't know, but it won an Academy Award, and that was 18 years before this movie. So, yeah.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I've never seen this. It is a movie that it was a live action animation hybrid that we got put into place when the rights to Mary Poppins were placed on hold. They're on hold. It won for best special visual effects. It was the last film released prior to the death of Walt Disney's surviving brother Roy Disney, who died a week later. I will say that is a very gotcha sentence. It was the last Disney movie released prior to the death of Walt Disney's surviving brother Roy. Like, you could have just said prior to the death of Roy Disney. Instead, you baited me into thinking it was the last movie before Walt died.
Yep.
It's
So
a
another
World War II movie. What in the world is this movie?
they're bed knobs, but yeah.
In August of
So
1940, during the Blitz, 3 orphan children named Charlie, Carrie, and Paul Rollins are evacuated from London to Pepperidge Eye near the Dorset coast, where they are placed in the reluctant care of Miss Eglantine Price, who agrees to the arrangement temporarily. So it looks like it's like Narnia, but also like who bombs London in August of 19... Oh, shoot, never mind.
So Ariel's hair was made very much red to distinguish from the movie Splash from 1983, which has a somewhat similar storyline. There's a young boy who was rescued from drowning off of Cape Cod by a young mermaid. He then returns to that site a couple of years later and falls in love with said mermaid after imagining her and having dreams about her. Um, her tail dries and sprouts legs, but if she touches water, then her tail would come back. So she tries to avoid the water. So there's some similarities to this movie. So they intentionally made her hair red because I believe the lady in Splash had blonde hair.
She did, and it's notoriously blonde because when they put that movie on Disney Plus, they had to add a patch of hair to cover her bare butt, and it doesn't look anything like the rest of her hair. So it's like digitally added in. Also, it's really weird to think that Splash came before The Little Mermaid. Like that's really strange.
6 years before, even, yeah.
Also, the point that should be taken from that.
Oh no!
When you're gonna get sued for copyright infringement, just change the color of the main character's hair.
So I should become Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
I've got
But
a friend who's
you should sing all of Ed Sheeran's songs, but you should have black hair.
yeah. I've got a friend who's a ginger that streams on Twitch, and he didn't feel good one day, and for his face cam, he just threw up a picture of Ed Sheeran.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Oh,
It's a whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew.
it is. I was going to make a joke that harkened back to that episode of Much Talk where I said I liked redheads, but I can't think of a good one. Maybe that's why I like this movie better than Splash. But there we go. That's the best joke I've got.
Fun fact, Ariel and her sister's tails consist of the colors of the rainbow.
Ariel gay confirmed.
There's a rainbow at the end of the movie.
Whoa.
Christopher Daniel Barnes, who was the voice for Prince Eric, was only 16 when he recorded his voice lines for this movie.
He said he was 12. No,
He said he was 12.
How old was the woman who played Ariel?
That's a good question.
Was this statutory? That's the real question.
This was the first Disney film based on a fairy tale since Sleeping Beauty 30 years before.
Interesting. Does Robin Hood not count as a fairy tale?
I'm just reading the fact.
You're not fact checking.
Yeah. This film's Oscar wins of Best Original Song and Best Original Score would be repeated in the next 4 movies that Disney released: Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, and Pocahontas.
Yep. I believe all that. Here's the thing. There's not a whole lot of competition, as evidenced by the fact that the Oscars category for Best Original Musical has never had a nominee. Reason being, there aren't enough movies that fit that category. So when Disney stopped making these, that went away because Disney was the last thing holding on to it. All I'm saying. But I'm cheap.
Yeah. I've seen this flagged. Okay.
Yep. All right. Now you have your fact, Grant.
I'm not reading the fact. I've just seen it. I saw the fact and remembered the fact, but am I going to repeat said fact? Jody Benson sang part of Your World in the dark to get that under the sea feeling. Jody Benson, for reference, would have been 28 when this movie came out.
So it was statutory.
Well,
I don't know of anything else the guy that played Eric did.
Guess who auditioned for the role of Prince Eric but did not get it?
Who?
Jim Carrey.
Before he was Jim Carrey, I'm assuming.
That's right, Timothy Carey.
Timothy Carey. Christopher Daniel Barnes. So Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid was the voice of Spider-Man in the 90s Spider-Man series, which is hilarious because we know the guy that directed that. Let's see. He was also Greg Brady in the Brady Bunch movies. He was in various sitcoms. Let's see. He was Prince Eric in Kingdom Hearts 2, but not in The Little Mermaid 2, where he was replaced by Rob Paulsen of all people. Rob Paulsen is Yakko in the Animaniacs. He played a lot of Spider-Man. He was Spider-Man in the 90s series. He was Spider-Man Noir in Shattered Dimensions, 2099 in Spider-Man The Edge of Time, Electro, Spider Knight, and Wolf Spider in Ultimate Spider-Man. And he also voiced 2 special costumes, as it says, Symbiote Spider-Man and Superior Spider-Man 2.0 in the 2013 video games Marvel Heroes. He reprised his role of Electro and voiced Vulture in the mobile game Spider-Man Unlimited. He again portrayed Electro in the 2019 video game Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. He was...
And then he became Jamie Foxx and was Electro in Spider-Man Through the Spider-Verse. That's not what movie that was.
Yes. But he's also... he doesn't work a lot, which is weird.
Yep.
He was in the Jackie Chan Adventures in 2001. But, he really does not do a lot of stuff.
Wait, I missed this. When Ariel was singing Part of Your World in her grotto, there was a bust of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, you didn't notice that? It looks a lot like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, Kermit the Frog, Donald Duck, and Mickey Mouse were in the opening scene with Trident coming into his thing. True story.
Under the Sea and Kiss the Girl,
exactly
performed by Sebastian, were the only 2 songs from this movie nominated for the Academy Award. And Under the Sea won.
Kiss the Girl was nominated? I've never heard that song before. It's weird.
I forgot about it too, honestly.
And Part of Your World didn't get a nomination? Weird.
Not according to this.
I'm sure the Internet Movie Database would know. Interesting. It's a very good movie.
Is that what IMDb stands for?
The Internet Movie Database.
Yeah, I didn't know.
What did you think it stood for?
I don't know, but I could have guessed.
I'm a dumb...
Me dumb butt. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't really think we're breaking new ground with this, Grant. Let's see. If I open this up here and search The Little Mermaid.
Sebastian's line, teenagers, they think you know everything. You give them an inch, they swim all over you, was ad-libbed by Samuel E. Wright, not Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, because Samuel L. Jackson was ad-libbing something else. Namely, this right here.
Sometimes the elements get the best of them. The older penguins know that it's just a matter of time before they call out,
I'm freezing my nuts off!
Yep, that right there. I'm looking for the Little Mermaid Rotten Tomatoes, and all I can find is the new one that people really didn't like.
I'm sorry. Is this Bill Maher was a possibility to play? Oh crap! I clicked on him and it took away the fact to play Scuttle the seagull.
Who?
Bill Maher.
Where would I
Maher.
know him from?
What does he do?
This is a 91-88, by the way.
Not surprised.
Yeah, no, people apparently like this movie. I don't know why. Bill Maher, you said?
Yeah.
You probably pronounced it correctly. Yeah, he's got a podcast. I know who you're talking about. That's kind of cool. He's a political commentator.
It was in Iron Man.
You know who else was in Iron Man?
Gandhi.
No, the guy that played Ralphie in A Christmas Story.
The guy who played Iron Man.
No, seriously, the guy that played Ralphie in A Christmas Story. So you know the little dude with glasses that
Is it Tobias, the villain, like yells at in Iron Man?
Yes.
That's the guy that played Ralphie in A Christmas Story. He reprised his role for Spider-Man Far From Home, where he was one of Mysterio's people. True story, Peter Billingsley. It's really interesting.
There's just a weird fact about the movie. So they say Ariel's like body proportions was based on Alyssa Milano, who would have been 16 or 17 when the movie came out.
I thought Alyssa Milano was a lot younger.
She was born in December 1972.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize she was older than my parents.
I thought she was like fairly young, but I've never seen her in
Actually
anything.
younger than both of mine, but it's still just one of those facts. I'm like, she would have been at most 17 when this movie came out, which means you can do that math.
She was 15, 16.
At least, yeah.
She and Wander Franco were hanging out when they started making the movie.
Apparently.
Yeah, Wander Franco.
Shout out to Wander Franco.
To Wander Franco. Yeah. Shout out to Wander Franco, who can't hear us because he's in prison.
Who shouldn't be able to hear us anyways.
Right.
Anyway,
We've rambled.
We have
long enough.
It's a good movie. I think the 91-88 is good. Like right around that A mark, it's a very good movie.
I agree. I think it's really solid. Next week we're going to talk about another Disney movie. I typically pull these out of my hat as the day gets closer.
I had a thought. Have we done Aladdin? I want to say we've done Aladdin.
I think Aladdin was one we never got to. Let's see. Maybe Aladdin I think we did do Aladdin. But that would have been a while late. Would that have been through the monocle?
I'm not even sure because Aladdin's one I thought of because I was thinking of the music and I was thinking of A Whole New World.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Let me search my notes because
I'm just looking. I'm Googling to see if we've got an episode about it. Yeah, we definitely did talk about Aladdin.
on this ship.
No, on Much Talk. And we never watched the reboot. That was the last of the Disney movies we talked about. Yeah.
Because like I swear I remember watching it for the podcast, but
it's a good movie.
It's been a while.
My family, that was my parents' first date. They went to see Aladdin. And so for wedding presents, they gave each other a VHS copy of Aladdin.
They each gave each other one.
We have 2 VHS copies of Aladdin.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I always love that movie growing up. Like I like Disney movies. I really like.
We'll have a movie.
We'll watch a movie. I kind of want to watch The Black Cauldron, to be honest with you.
I have no idea what that is.
Yep, I know because nobody watched it. It flopped horrendously. It was based on a book series, and it did not do well. It was very dark. Speaking of very dark, death. No.
My sense of humor because of that meme I sent you about the RLCS casters.
Oh! Yeah. No, what's very dark is the week without us. We'll be back at some point to do our other show, Much Talk About Nothing, with Adam Troy. That was a really cool episode we recorded yesterday. I say it was really cool. I thought it was really cool. It was at least beneficial to my mental health, which matters apparently.
Yeah.
Grant's doesn't. Like, screw that guy. But mine is important, guys. In order to grow as a human being and like get over myself, I'm becoming a narcissist.
You're becoming one. I thought you've already been one for years.
I've never been a narcissist. I just am now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we have a Patreon. If you've
This is
enjoyed
getting more
this,
and more chalked every time.
every time I have to talk about the Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this show, throw money at us or don't. But we do have a Patreon. It does exist. It is a thing. And here we are. Yeah. Go to patreon.com/theculturednerd. There are different tiers for every show. There's one for us. There's one for the Cultured Poll List. There's one for Taylor's show. There's one for the network in general. If you can't decide.
But give money to whoever you want. If you're here at this point, you at least somewhat like us, so we'd appreciate it.
Or you hate us with a passion and want to see us fail.
In which case, give us money.
Yeah. Give us more rope to hang ourselves with. We'll find taller trees. As always, I've been your host, Grant Ingram. No, it's a saying. It's a saying. Give them the rope to hang themselves.
Thank you.
That's what money
Thank you,
is.
Jose. Thank you, Taylor. Please end this episode.
It's a saying. Thank you for joining us. I guess, unless you hate our guts, and then just please give us money. Like, subscribe. Do all the things. If you want to see more of us, you can scan that QR code there on the right. You're going to want to do that because we do have that cool episode coming out about masculinity and culture. Don't know when that'll be out, but I'll let you know. My schedule's looking real free, so probably sooner than later. Then if you want to see more of the Culture Nerd, scan that QR code there on the left, and that'll take you there. As always, I've been Grant, and for Grant, thank you for watching.